Good afternoon, everybody. Okay, so we did this craft for Crafternoon a couple months ago, and we had a really good turnout, and everybody really enjoyed it. So I thought I would do a video to show you how to do it. There are other videos online how to do it. However, I really enjoyed it, and I think there's something special about our library community coming together and doing stuff like this for the public, and you all seeing us out trying to help you come up with ideas. And plus, you never know what is going to happen when I'm doing a video, because let's just be honest, I'm kind of crazy and out there, but that makes it more fun for sure. So I am going to show you how to make a t-shirt scarf today. I just went and got a long sleeve shirt that I had that I don't wear anymore. It is kind of a nice shirt, but I don't wear it anymore. So I'm going to make it into a scarf because I do like this color, and I probably will wear it. It doesn't have to be a long sleeve, kind of like an elephant. But if you want to use a long sleeve shirt, that's okay. Short sleeve shirts will work. I don't think a tank top or a shirt like that will do. And I looked at a shirt. It was like a t-shirt, but it was kind of more of a silky material, and I don't think that would work either. I really think the cotton t-shirts are probably the best. So if you want to find an old t-shirt that maybe doesn't fit anymore, or maybe it's got some kind of stain on it, but you just don't want to get rid of it yet, this would be the best way, I think, to do that. So what you'll need is your shirt and a pair of scissors. And I don't have a pair of scissors over here yet. I'm gonna have to find some before I actually start in on this. So t-shirt, pair of scissors. If you want, you can use a hot glue gun or a needle and thread. So either one of those two things, you will need one of those as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch the camera around, and I'll get started showing you how to do this. Okay, here we go. Okay, so what you'll want to do first is make sure your shirt is like laid out on the table like this, okay? Now, when you actually get into cutting the shirt, you're gonna start with like maybe an inch below the armpits. You're gonna cut about right here all the way across. Once you've got that done, don't throw this top part away because you will need that. Gotta find some scissors. So your bottom piece is going to look like this. Now, when you're gonna cut it, you're gonna cut the same way you did under the armpits, but you're going to cut it into strips. Now, the last time I did this, I tried to either cut 12 strips or 15 strips, just because it's good to have a number divisible by 3, because we're going to braid part of this here in just a little bit, and you'll see what I mean here in just a second. I'm going to go ahead and cut mine so you can see what I'm talking about. So I finally found some scissors. My mom used my good fabric scissors to cut Gorilla Tape, which is like Gorilla Glue, you know? So I'm using her kitchen scissors. They're clean, and they will be cleaned again. But anyway, I cut that bottom piece into 3 pieces first, and then cut those 3 pieces into 4. So my strips are all about this size. You can do more, you can do less. I just like 12 or 15 personally. So the next part of this is what I told the ladies when we did this at the library. I said this was our workout for the day, because you want to take your strips and stretch them all out to about here. You can see the difference in length. They're a little bit longer and a little bit thinner. This will help later when we are braiding. If you want to get a really good workout, do all of them at once. If you want to go easy on your arms, just do a few at a time. So I'm going to finish these up. If I can find the center, There we go. Let's see. I'm gonna do all the rest of them just to go ahead and get it over with. And just so you know, this does make a little bit of a mess. So just be ready with the vacuum or the broom later. Be prepared to dust a little bit because it does create little pieces of fabric all over the place. Okay, so here are my pieces. I'll stretch them all out. All right, now on to the next part. Maybe. Okay, so you have all your strips together, just like this, and this is where the rest of the shirt becomes involved. What I'm gonna do is just like right here, cut a couple pieces out. They don't have to be perfect or anything. Okay. And I'm just gonna have two just in case. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Let's stretch it out a little bit. Okay. So I've stretched it out a little bit, like I did these pieces. I'm going to take this piece and put it on one end, and I'm going to tie it. And wherever you tie it, okay, so if you tie a piece here and then tie the other piece here, then this whole section will be the braided part, and this is what will be loose. And that's probably what I'm going to end up doing. Because I like the braid. I don't like the loose part as much. So I'm just gonna go ahead and both of those pieces that I cut will work. So I'm gonna stretch this one out too. Okay, and so I'm probably just gonna leave about this much of this loose. Okay, now you're probably thinking, okay, well, how am I supposed to braid? And that's where your cutting skills come in handy once again. I'm going to cut it on this side, and I'm just going to cut about an inch below, and maybe that's not quite an inch, but we'll take care of the end here in just a little bit. Okay, so now it's open like this. Kind of looks like a squid or an octopus with really long legs. Okay, so this part you're going to leave alone. This part this is the reason I said it's good to work with numbers that are divisible by 3, because we're going to braid and we're going to use a 3-piece braid. I've seen people do with like the 4, but I just like the 3, and it's a little bit easier. So each section will need to have 4 pieces of fabric. So here's one section. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's 4. Okay, and so once you have your sections all fixed up, that's when you can start to braid. Okay. Okay, so once you have this part braided, you'll have all these little fringes here on the end. I've gone ahead and tied this as tight as I can. I'm just going to cut these off. So now the fun part is putting these two ends back together. And I honestly think that sewing them together is a better idea than hot gluing them. But at the moment, I don't know where a needle and thread is. So you want to just make sure that these two are joined like this, okay? Okay, I would definitely recommend sewing instead of hot glue because hot glue hurts. Just saying. But if you are using hot glue, just make sure you hold the pieces together so that it'll, you know, hold together well. Okay, once your pieces are glued together, you will need another piece, well, another two pieces from your t-shirt. And this is the piece that will just wrap around those sections. Now, I definitely would recommend sewing this part instead of hot gluing because it'll look neater. But you'll put one around here and around here, both places that you had to tie a knot. Okay? Okay, like I said, hot gluing is not the best way to do this. Go ahead and sew yours if you know how to sew and if you have your stuff to sew. But that's what my two pieces turned out looking like. So that will work. Well, finished my scarf. Looks pretty good. This chair. Sorry about that. Finished the scarf. It looks pretty cute. If I'd had some beads, I probably would have like strung some beads up on the pieces. But unfortunately I didn't have any beads. Also, I took the rest of the shirt and made a head wrap out of it. I get really bad headaches and having my hair pulled up doesn't help. It sometimes actually makes it worse. But I found that if I wear a head wrap like this, it doesn't give me headaches, but it also keeps my hair out of my face for when I'm cleaning. So as funny as this is, I actually probably will use this. But yeah, here's a scarf. Looks pretty cute for something homemade. And the ladies that did this at the library just liked coming together and having some time to sit and talk and make these. So if you have some people at home that are bored and would maybe like to just sit down and talk and make something, this is something fun you can do. Really super simple. Hope you've enjoyed. If you have any questions, ask them below.